Nazi Trumps, Nazi Trumps, Nazi Trumps, fuck off, Nazi Trumps, Nazi Trumps, Nazi Trumps, fuck off. Hello, everybody. It's time once again for one man's opinion. Right now, today I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna watch some of this piece of shit right here. This fucking. If you haven't heard, if you've been living under a rock, and maybe that's actually not a bad idea now, these days, get under that rock. But, yes. One of my childhood heroes, my favorite wrestlers ever, The Undertaker, who has a podcast, pretty good podcast for what I've seen before, decided to have on orange chicken shit, mango Mussolini, sweet potato Hitler himself, goddamn Donald Trump. A man who, among other things, tried to overthrow the government on January 6, 2021, who has been convicted of multiple rapes, who has said very problematic, suspicious pedophile comments in addition to being best friends with one of the biggest pedophiles of all time, who I'm not even close to done, who's literally been found, he's been charged, pretty much admitted to selling traitorous secrets to other people after he wasn't president for keeping on documents claiming he didn't know he couldn't hold on to them because he didn't know he thought the president could do that. And he lied about paying money to his mistress while he was running for president. It was just a bunch of shit. He's a piece of garbage. And now he's running for president again instead of rotting in jail where he should be. Because we live in the worst timeline and everything is fucked and everybody sucks. And we're about, 2 weeks away from the election. And I fucking hope that we don't get this bastard in again. This man literally has a fascist handbook. And so, fair warning going into this shit. It's gonna be. I'm gonna hopefully get to elevate this and make it a little fun. I hope to at least have some of the vibes of Knowledge Fight, like when they cover Alex Jones's nonsense. And I'm not gonna watch the whole thing obviously. I may have like 30 minutes, maybe if even that, of this hour-long podcast. But there's definitely gonna be some things said that are not good at all and bigoted, probably racist, probably sexist. I know for a fact there's transphobia because I've seen a clip. From what I understand too, it's also very boring. Yeah, so let's start this stupid thing, and I'm gonna give my thoughts periodically about what I hear from these two fucking
How long
assholes.
are you married?
I have been married for 14 years.
Good.
Yes.
Is this your second marriage?
Well, who counts?
Numbers.
Numbers.
A second.
Numbers.
A second. All right, you can cut that part. This sounds like it's gonna get a little bit too.
I think I think you can relate. Like we both have kind of maybe outkicked our coverage.
Yeah, well, Taker, I don't think you're a rapist. At least I hope you're not. You might be platforming a fucking rapist, but I don't think you are a rapist. I don't know who the other guy is there, by the way. He's like his podcast, but I don't remember his name. I don't think he matters. Just call him Jabroni number 1.
The last time I saw you was at WrestleMania 29 at MetLife. You were. I have to kind of apologize. You were there. My family was there,
Right.
and they'd come to you and asked if you would move one row back so that my family could come watch my match.
Oh, yes.
And you were gracious enough.
I did it.
You did. You were gracious enough to move back. Well, the problem was, I was like, there's an iconic picture
Right.
of I'm actually laid out on a table and CM Punk's about to drop an elbow on me.
Right.
And I'm looking at this picture, and one of my dearest, closest friends was sitting with my family. His name's David. He works for Georgia Pacific.
Right.
And I'm looking at this picture, and I see him, and then I see you trying to peek. He's got an enormous head.
Right.
And I can see, you trying to peek around him, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? You couldn't squat down enough so Mr. Trump could see the match." But
God, this is so
anyway,
shit.
I have to apologize for the enormity of my one of my closest friends' heads.
Well, the big thing, we had the Battle of the Billionaires, and that was with.
That's not even the same Mania, by the way. This dude's already rambling. Yeah, one thing I noticed too, right off the bat here, is that Taker has a habit of rambling a lot in this podcast, and it's usually charming, but God, that story wasn't good at all. I wanted my friend to put his big head down so Mr. Trump could see. Fuck you, man. Fuck you both. You're both cunts. Like, goddamn. Also, it needs to be said here. Why is this dude having a running presidential candidate on his show like he's Walter Cronkite or some shit? Undertaker usually interviews people from wrestling and occasionally like MMA. There might be some like other celebrities he touches, but this is like ridiculous. He has no qualms whatsoever. He's not even an interviewer. Like usually he's the one being interviewed. He'll tell stories. Like it's such a weird setup already. You know what I mean? Like, this is very weird. Also, yeah, you got this turd right here. Anyway, let's continue on. I don't really have anything to add to that except CM Punk should have broke the streak. That was true then. It's even more true now. It's gonna be a fact that gets truer the more we live. I know a lot of people don't like CM Punk, but can we all agree that he probably should have broke the streak? Can we just come to those terms? We can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You know, we each had our wrestler. He had Umaga.
Yeah, Umaga.
We had two good guys, and they wrestled, and fortunately my guy won, and the loser had the hair shaved. I said, I don't want to have my hair shaved. But we actually wrestled a little bit.
You mixed it up a little bit.
It was a pretty famous thing. But I think it has your all-time record for
pay-per-view buys.
Everything.
Yeah,
I don't.
It was a huge.
I don't think that's actually true. I think it got beaten by another WrestleMania.
And the entrance into the ring is
Trump lies so much to get so many things wrong. Who knows it's actually true?
That I've seen, okay.
I don't doubt Taker's gonna look it up.
The whole thing, the music, the whole deal. And by the way, he's a dynamic guy. When he does this, he's very, slow and easy, and so you're supposed to act. Well, you're supposed to be a dead man, so you're acting sort of dead.
Yeah.
And it's one of the greats, and that's why I'm surprised. Because you're a quick guy, you move quick, but in the ring you just sort of moved around, and you left just before us, and the place was going crazy. I said, "That's a very tough act to follow," and I didn't realize how big you were. I figured you were big, but not that big. So I'm standing with Vince, and they had other wrestlers in the room. It's like essentially the green room was up high.
Right.
And you walked by me and said, "Hello, sir." And I said, this guy is really big. How tall are you, by the way?
Right now, probably, I've lost a little bit through the years, but I'm right at 6'8".
6'8".
Yeah, my disc have been a little bit compressed through the years.
You get compressed. Well, that's normal. They say you get compressed and your feet get bigger. Did you ever hear that?
Well, I've always had big feet. Yeah, my dad used to tell me, he said, you've been tall, boy, you have to give up so much for foundation.
That's right.
So,
but I said, this guy is really big, and you were wrestling a good guy that night. Do you remember?
I do remember him.
He was a good specimen guy, and it was great. But I said, how do we beat this, Vince?
He doesn't want to mention Batista's name, does he? Because Batista told him to fuck off, basically. Yeah, also Batista should have broke the streak. Fuck it, we see him fuck or Batista should have been the ones. Fuck it, fuck you, Taker. I don't even know if I agree with that, but as much piece of shit as he is now, yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewrite history with the damn TARDIS if I have to. CM Punk or Batista's in that streak, fuck you. like, this is already so dull. Like, the man is blubbering. This is dumb. I mean, I don't want him to start saying fascist shit, but like, Jesus, there's nothing here. It's like the most blubbering ass. I remember he WrestleMania and the guy was big. What a specimen, and you were fighting him. They're like two old boomers talking about the good old days. Like, what are we doing here? Like, Jesus, there's no substance, you know what I mean? Like, me and my friends could have a better conversation on a podcast about WrestleMania 23 than these two. Including Taker, who was in the fucking match. Like, what has he said besides the fact that at WrestleMania 29, his friend's big head blocked the future terrorist-in-chief? Kind of wild how WrestleMania 29 has two fucking ass terrorists. No, two, sorry. Not terrorists, but two rapists and sex criminals there that are prominently featured. Jesus. Oh, actually, free if we count Vince. He doesn't do much on the show, but still. Oh, God, 4. Alberto Del Rio. What the fuck? That's a cursed WrestleMania. 29 might be one of the most cursed WrestleManias of all time. Holy shit. Fucking 23 is probably the most cursed, though. As much as I think it's a great show, but it's very cursed.
Why don't we go before?
I'm blubbering now.
We should go before. But we had that was a great evening, and I think it said, I don't know if it still has. I think it still has your record.
It was a big night. It was in Detroit. Yeah, and
well, I have a son who's 6'9". Can you imagine? I have a son who's an inch taller than if you say. So you were probably at super height 6'9".
Yeah, I was probably right there at 6'9".
So 6'9", like 360.
330. I kind of topped out at 330. That was I felt like that was mine.
And what do you weigh now?
I'm probably 305 right
These
now.
motherfuckers remind me of Art Donovan. Goddamn, what are you weighing now? How tall are you? Fucking, what are you doing here? You shithead. Oh, wait, this isn't even the most amount of like dick sucking that a wrestler's given this idiot this year. Fucking Tyrus, waste of space, waste of life, horrible NWA champion Tyrus, on that horrible ass show Gutfilled, gave him a title, a custom title he probably paid for, and said also thank you for WrestleMania 4 and 5 as a wrestling fan. Man, fuck you, Tyrus. He didn't do enough for WrestleMania 45 because he let him use his fucking casino. They could have put that Mania anywhere. Also, he don't deserve any thanks. He looked bored out of his mind there that Mania. So yeah, this is all very weird. I could skip, but I'm trying to keep it because I don't know if we're gonna jump in the middle of the conversation. But you can see
I'm
blubbers.
trying not to replace any more joints. So
Oh, I was gonna say too. Hopefully, Trump's son, like the one he's talking about 6'9", is like a better dude than him. Because break the chain, kid. Like break the fucking chain, man. Just don't be like these monsters, man. we gotta have a better generation. We gotta do better, man. Like I can't do. We gotta do. Other people, next generation, they gotta do better. If there's a world left, y'all gotta do better. Like, please don't be the pieces of shit your parents were. Except for not to say everybody, obviously certain people.
As a wrestler, you really lose a lot of joints, don't you? You really have.
yeah, I mean, the body's not made to take that on
not
and then most people don't realize the schedule that we kept back then too, which was on the road over 200
Yeah,
days
and it
a
was
year,
terrible.
and
You should
that's
be more
in
mad
the
that
ring.
Vince made you do that shit.
So I've always wondered because it's whether it's fun or entertainment.
I'm already
or
sick of this
it's getting slammed around, right?
Yeah, like
Because
You know what? I'm gonna
that's
skip like
great
2
for
minutes, so we're gonna see if this dumbass stops talking. Like, I don't have a problem talking about wrestling, but like, what is it like? This is the most basic shit. This is like obviously different person. He's not a piece of shit, but it's like Jericho in his book or one of his books talking about uh John Lovitz asking the most like boring questions, like, when do they make the ropes out of? How hard is the mat? Like, and he kind of got sick of talking to him, which fair enough. Okay, so this says who are the greatest wrestlers. I'm skipping more. Like it says in the bottom, I can read here. Who are the greatest wrestlers? Who great stars of? Okay, I'll try to see if this is something here. This great star thing.
we're kind of getting.
Yeah, we don't care, man. We got an ad, and it's probably a political ad that tell me to vote for a piece of shit who supports that piece of shit. How fun! Oh no, it's actually a voting ad, like just for funny. Yeah, we still got ads. Screw these ads. I'm trying to skip this dumbass podcast. So if you feel bad that I skipped like 10 minutes of thing, feel free to watch it yourself and give your opinions. I'm not here to listen to them blubber about his favorite wrestling moments. Like, if I wanted to hear that, I'd listen to Jim. If I wanted to hear a boomer bigot talk about his favorite wrestling moments, I'd listen to Jim Cornette, for fuck's sake. Alright, Jim Cornette, still piece of shit. Don't get me wrong, for a lot of reasons. But he at least did call out Taker and Kane for being boneheaded bastards for this shit. So, at least there's that. Broken clock.
Into an era again. We had kind of a turnover where my generation moved out, and but we've got guys like Roman Reigns.
Great stars, man. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Roman Reigns. Like, I don't want to hear him push bigoted shit. But like, what is the point of this? I guess maybe because I want to laugh at how or debunk his shit. What can I debunk here? I can't.
We had 107,000 in Butler.
Now he's talking about his bullshit election.
We had 55,000.
Let's rewind a little bit here. Okay, so it's supposed to be so great stars now.
Take a bullet and get up, bleeding.
Okay, so we're talking about him taking a shot.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I mean, you're a billionaire. Yeah. You've got a beautiful wife, very intelligent. You've got a wonderful family.
He's not intelligent.
And you got people shooting at you. You don't have to do this.
That's true.
I mean,
I don't have to.
You don't have to do this.
Yeah, you should go to prison, bitch.
Why am I doing this?
Why don't you go to prison?
But you are.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I mean,
you shouldn't. I agree with Taker. He shouldn't be doing this.
And everything else, they get everything so twisted.
Yeah, including his own fucking words.
It takes a special human being to sit on a podium, take a bullet, and get up.
Stop
Leave
sucking his dick.
with your
God
hand
damn.
raised in the air and let you
Seen
let
less
know that,
dick sucking in the last gay
you
porn I
know,
watched.
the
God damn
moment
it.
right now it is bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, I just
What is the moment?
I don't know. I mean, what possesses you to
To be a
put your life on the
massive
line
wannabe
when
Mussolini?
you don't have to. You have a wonderful life and you've got a
Well,
tremendous
even
legacy.
beyond that, I sometimes joke with the crowds, because we get very big crowds. We had 107,000.
Ah, here we go with the
That's where
bullshit.
the accident took
I don't know if
place.
this is true or not, but
We
I'm
had
just saying. I'm
55,000.
assuming because he lies his ass
When
off
we
all the
went
time.
back a couple of months later, we had, just the other, 2 weeks ago, we had 107,000. We had 101,000 in California.
Incredible.
Stop telling us the numbers. I don't care.
And, abnormally big, because no politician ever had these crowds. I don't even know
Sure,
what it is
buddy.
exactly. I can't explain it.
I'm
Why?
sure you're telling the truth
Why
there.
I get it, it's like, why? But I sometimes say, I don't have to be here with you. I could be in Monte Carlo in the beaches. I could have everything. I don't need this.
If you go to jail where you
I'd
belong,
rather
bitch.
Be in Butler, Pennsylvania with you, and it's true, actually. Because, look, I have a lot of wealthy friends, and they go to these places, and, most of them are unhappy and all that stuff. But, I feel I have a purpose, and that's to rebuild our country. This country's doing so badly. The border.
And there we go with the bullshit. So, yeah, your purpose is to rebuild the country with a fascist manifesto. Like, this man who literally has like insulted our armed forces people multiple times, who hates teachers, who wants to just deconstruct the Board of Education, which is in his own fascist manifesto, but he cares so much about fixing this country. That's not even getting to the bigoted shit. Like, Jesus,
I
anyway.
don't know what your politics are or is, but your politics, just common sense. We have murderers pouring
Don't
into our
vote for the
country.
fascist?
We have drug dealers pouring, and just the border. There's many things wrong, but just the border. I think the border is worse than inflation. I think it's the biggest thing. To me, it's
I want to point out this little lion sack of shit here. He doesn't care about the border. He never did. He had many times he had the money allocated to start building the wall. He had to start it. He didn't start it during the 4 years. That's a proven fact. You can look it up. He also famous. He's like not him, but other Republicans have voted against resolutions and also Joe Biden famously, like I think it was like this year, said let's sit down, Trump. We're gonna talk about, let's have a little conversation, you and me. We're gonna talk about how we can fix the border. Let's do it right now. And Trump apparently never responded. So he doesn't give one single solitary fuck about the border. It's all a scam. It's all a smokescreen. He's just a piece of shit. He's just a racist fuckhead. Pure and simple. That's the easiest answer. He's just stroking racial tensions. Also, the border is a bullshit story anyway. Like, we don't even have that many people coming in. As far as rapist and murderer, well, first of all, he's a rapist, so fuck off. You might not be a murderer, but you definitely had people, like, get murdered because of the shit you said. You had your vice president almost murdered because of the shit you were pushing. You had to pushing ivermectin on people like a fucking idiot that you are to kill COVID. You told people not to get the COVID vaccine. People died from that. And yeah, they're very stupid for following you, but at the same time, that's still blood on your hands, fucker. Also, he famously had negotiated to release Al Qaeda terrorists from our prisons. He did that. Yeah, he negotiated to do that while he was president. So he doesn't get one single solitary fuck about safety or any of this shit. That's all a con.
I don't know what this is going on.
He's so phony.
With it. I know you're going to get high ratings. I used to think I was a big person, but I don't feel so big standing next to this guy. This guy is big.
Well,
But my son would feel better, although he's not quite as wide as you, I will say. He will be. He will be someday. But I feel I have an obligation to do this. I had 4 great years. We had the best economy we've ever had as a country.
No, you didn't. No, you actually didn't. Oh wait, hold on. Let me clarify that. I don't think it was the best economy, but the economy was up during Trump. That is true. But any economist, any person that knows economy will tell you economies usually follow trends where it usually takes 4 or 5 years for the actions of the president specifically to affect the economy. So therefore, he was reaping the benefits of Obama's economy, just like Biden had to reap the benefits from him tanking the economy and try to fix it. I'm no Biden guy. I don't like Biden either. I think Biden's pretty shit too because he's a genocide supporter and he's fucking bend over backwards. Motherfucker, he's pretty two-faced too. But he's still better than this shit yet. He never tried to overthrow the government, first of all. He's not a rapist, as far as I know. He doesn't have a fascist manifesto, things like that.
We had the strongest borders we've ever had in recorded history. I guess they might have been very strong 1,000
You also put kids in camps, you little fuckhead.
years ago or something. But we had the strongest borders. We
Yawn.
were hitting on all sides. Rebuilt the military, got the biggest tax cuts in history, got the biggest regulation cuts in history.
Okay. He gave tax cuts, all right, to rich people. Like, if you were above a certain level, like, I think it was like 100,000 a year or more, you got tax cuts. Nobody else did. So already, he's technically telling the truth. It was the biggest tax cuts for rich dudes. For rich men and women, rich people, all across the board, you got all tax cuts. But anybody making less than that, you didn't get jack shit. And as far as fixing the military, he openly feuded with his military leader in points, and also famously banned transgender people from the military. Like, that alone proves that you are not making the military stronger. You're cutting out a whole group of people who might want to serve. So already you're full of shit.
And then we had a crazy election where I did much better than the first time. And if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't have done this, because it showed that there's a lot of love out there. Got hit with COVID, the whole thing, the whole world got hit with COVID,
Right.
which is the China virus to be exact.
Oh, fucking hell. We already start with the goddamn racism. Well, we definitely started with the racism with him saying the border people are sending drug dealers and murderers. But yeah, we're continuing with the racism here. Again, saying the China virus because COVID did originate from China, but saying the China virus is very racist. It implies that it was created by China, which it wasn't. It was not man-made. It's a virus. So, yeah, already we're starting with the bullshit, anyway.
And got hit hard. There's never been anything like it. Who would have ever thought the word pandemic? I heard the word, but you never thought it was like a modern day. You figured nowadays you take a shot and you're fine, right?
Right.
It goes, everyone is fine. But we had it's an ancient form of a disease. And
Okay, I don't know a whole lot about pandemics, I admit, but I know for a fact there's been pandemics in the modern era before COVID in other countries. Like, I'm pretty sure West Nile was just, well, not quite a pandemic. It might not have been that, but like in other countries there are pandemics for a fact. So he's already wrong again.
2017, it killed 100 million people. And we could have lost 100 million
2017.
people. We lost many millions of people.
I don't even know what he's talking about there. COVID-17 maybe? Because COVID-19 was not around in 2017. Because that's why it's the year it is. I don't know.
The world. So I got hit with that. We had a crazy election, which was, I won't get into it because I don't want to get you in any controversy, because you like no controversy.
Yeah, but he's gonna say transphobic shit, right? He's gonna say racist shit that he's already said. He's gonna just lie his ass off. That's all fine.
That election was so
There's not too many people here. There's not too many people trying to argue with this guy.
No, that election.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're kissing his fucking ass. You're letting him say whatever.
Because I don't want to get you in any controversy, because you like no controversy. That election was so.
There's not too many people here. There's not too many people trying to argue with this guy.
No, that election was it. That's good. Nobody's going to say, hey, let's take it out.
Wait, let me hear it again.
Because you like
Sorry for the
no
running.
controversy. That election was so.
There's not too many people here. There's not too many people trying to argue with this guy.
No, that election was, that's good. Nobody's going to say, hey, let's take it outside, right? No, but
I wish Taker'd beat the piss out of you. He'd actually be a good person then, for being a pedophile and rapist along with the terrorism. Like, he should not have you anywhere near his family. Like, you're a fucking rapist. Who is on record saying you can grab women by the pussy if you're rich and shit? Like, you're a disgusting piece of garbage, man. But anyway, I'm gonna point out here, if you notice there, it's kind of hard to hear what Taker say, hey man, and then the other host, let's call him Jabroni number 2 over there, Jabroni 2 going like, you don't get any pushback here, because they're licking his ass, they're tickling his balls and whatnot. They're here to suck up to him and be lackeys, because that's what they are apparently, especially him. He's the biggest lackey. I used to have some kind of like, I kind of like that dude, but now I think he kind of sucks a lot, big style, after seeing this shit. But you know, he said there that the election was rigged, but you can hear it that good. So again, he's spreading active misinformation. Election wasn't rigged. You fucking lost. You even admitted it on TV a few months ago, you little bitch. Once again, just changing the story whenever you want to try to rile up your piece of shit cultist.
so I got more votes than
Anyway.
any sitting president in the history of the country.
No, he didn't.
Millions, right? And
That is a lie.
they say we didn't win, it was a version. but it was a COVID thing. Look, you couldn't get security. Nobody wanted to go outside. Big guys like you would say, I'm not going to be secure. You couldn't get anybody. It was like people didn't want to die.
Right.
It was it was right in the middle of that. And now I'm running again and I'm leading. And I beat Biden, and they saw he was getting beaten. It's sort of like, it's a little unfair.
No, you didn't beat Biden. I'll be right back.
Fair, and it's sort of not really what democracy is all about. But Biden got 14 million votes. He deserved to run it out and see. And they took it away. They actually took away his presidency. If you think about it, it was a
No, they didn't. He chose to step down. Oh fuck. I think I had. I thought I. Yeah, we got another crappy ad here. But anyway, real quick, I just want to point out, he didn't beat Biden, and it's not illegal or whatever for the president to step down. That's not taking the presidency away. He's serving out his term. He's not even quitting the presidency. He just doesn't want to run again. That is not. So that is something that's I don't think it's ever happened before, but that's something the president is very much allowed to do. I think I'm getting a little amped up here. The booze is hitting me good. I'm considering like making 2 videos here, but if I do, I'll have to either record one another way or I don't know. I really don't know yet. I don't know.
Ready. You did.
Okay, here we go.
I beat Biden, and they saw he was getting beaten. It's sort of like, it's a little unfair, and it's sort of not.
Oh, life's so unfair for the rich orange bastard. Oh my God, how hard it is for Donald Trump.
Run it out and see. And they took it away. They actually took away his presidency, if you think about it. It was they called.
Oh my God, another fucking ad? Are you shitting me, YouTube, you piece of shit? Okay.
Call it a coup, but they actually took away his presidency and they gave it to this one.
You don't get to call it a coup. You tried to do a coup, you stupid, hypocritical bastard.
And this one is worse than him. And we're leading now, but we have to see if we can do it. We got to do it. With him, I was leading by a lot. It was sort of over, and they went to him and they said, "You're not going to win, and we're going to replace you." Think of that.
I mean,
That's
a coup.
No, they took it away. Okay, now,
Undertaker saying the president decided not to run again in this election is saying hey, it's a coup. This man is so dumb. Like, this is sad to see my heroes become like this, but at the same time, I'm used to it. Dave Chappelle kind of numbed me to it. That fucker, he wasn't the only one. There's other ones, but like, it kind of makes me feel bad to have his DVD and Blu-ray over there. But they're good DVD Blu-rays. I don't know. He still sucks, but it's not like me not watching is gonna make him suddenly be a good person again. But yeah, I don't know. It fucking sucks.
We're raging. We're doing good. We're against Biden. We had the debate. It was a good debate. He goes down, and now I have to fight somebody else. That's like you going into the ring, and you're beating the hell out of somebody, and they call up and they say, get that guy out of the ring or put somebody else in for a while.
Right, yeah.
Right? You got to fight 2 guys instead of one.
No, it's not. It's like if you had your match changed because one guy didn't want to do the match. He quit the company or something. Dumbass.
It's a one man, it's one thing. And then the debate was like a big deal. And that's over. And you think you haven't won, and all of a sudden they replace.
He's just
And then
waffling.
the
Oh my
person always had a
God.
honeymoon period. So she got 6 weeks of a honeymoon period. Everybody thought good. They didn't think good of her before. In fact, she was the last of 13 people that was going to be chosen. But they weren't.
Nope, that's not true at all.
So they picked this person, and she's not qualified. She got no votes. She dropped out. She ran against Biden and she dropped out. She got no votes. They had 13 people. She was number 13, and they picked her. And I guess that's okay. I don't know. The process is pretty crazy. When they say threat to democracy, that's really a threat to democracy.
Yeah.
I'm not a threat to them.
You tried to have your vice president killed, bitch. Fuck you. Go to hell. Go to super hell. Go to super hell with Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. You fucking bastard.
Democracy, that is.
I guess you need to ask Joe Biden what a threat to democracy is at this point,
Oh,
right?
he's an angry guy.
Look at this smiling shit at over here. Like you're fucking jabroni number 2 on the Undertaker's podcast. You're like the guy. You're in the cuck chair while Undertaker's licking Donald Trump's ass. Like how pathetic are you? He kind of looks like the critical drinker. I just realized that he kind of does. Also, no, don't ask Joe Biden if that's a coup. You can Google what's a coup, you fucking idiot. Jesus. This is so stupid. This is really like the stupidest people ever have a conversation, man. I swear to God.
So, Mr. President, you know, with the fact that
Oh, God.
in the polls,
I won't
right
be
now,
dick sucking
you
champion
got
now, actually.
Fox, you got CNN, you got all these different polls out there that nobody really knows what to trust and what not to trust.
Huh?
There's polls out there like with Polymarket where people could literally bet on the actual election, and it's from the people. You're up by 20%. Now, a month ago, you were only up by 10%, and there's been
This man is quoting a betting poll like it's a real thing that counts an election.
$1 billion that has been put on you to win this election from the people.
Yeah, I'm sure those people actually
And
collect that
you've
money if he
tweeted about
wins.
it. You've been talking about Polymarket. Why do you think there's been such a swing in?
I might just watch this like a bar. Not because it's good, but because like nothing's really happened, right?
Yeah, I think.
I feel like I need to get more into the meat of the bullshit here.
That she's incompetent, that she's a Marxist. You could say communist. A lot of people don't know what a Marxist is.
You don't know what a Marxist is,
But they say, could you use?
and you're a
another
terrorist. Who
word
gives a
about
fuck what you think
communist?
about what a communist is?
I don't think you're a big communist fan.
No,
What do you
I'm
think?
No,
I
I don't think he is. I hang out with him a good bit. I don't think he is.
No, you're big terrorist
Out in
fans.
Texas, we don't have those there.
Yeah. You know what?
Actually, fuck you, because I'm not a communist, but I sure ain't a fucking fascist little bitch like you, Taker. And I'm in Texas, so go to hell, you bitch.
Just met you. You were walking down to getting ready to walk down to the ring, and I was surprised at how big you were.
Oh my God.
And the other wrestlers were in the room. And I was
Why did he repeat the thing about how boss how big he was? This man is waffling.
maybe following him, and they all called him Taker. And they said, it was sort of cool.
What?
They said, have a good time, Taker. They were talking about Taker. And I said, that's a cool name. They don't call him Undertaker. They say, you know, your friends, the other wrestlers are sitting around waiting.
Everybody calls him Taker.
Have a good time, Taker.
This is.
I will indeed, I will indeed. That's pretty cool.
It's not.
They call you Taker?
Yeah,
It's really
they
fucking
call me
not.
Taker or Dead Man.
Yeah.
Those are a couple of my
Dead Man.
but yeah. Thank you, DraftKings.
Oh,
for
fuck
sponsoring this
DraftKings.
episode. You
DraftKings, you deserve to fucking go to hell. I hate the fact that you sponsor AEW. Pretty shit. I love AEW. I hate the fact you sponsor them.
The chart. Hanging on the wall at Mar-a-Lago.
You know, there have been so many portraits of, and some are genius.
Oh, fan mail. God. Most dick sucking ever.
It's amazing because I'm alive. It's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be.
Hold on, let me fast forward a little. I'm gonna skip this like receiving art and fan mail. I don't care about his cultists kissing his ass.
Right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They took a lot of bullets.
Yes.
Putting up the flag, right? But I held.
Now okay, so he was talking about fan mail. It's
Big Red, where's our next
Big red machine over there.
I do kind of want to hear what he says about his dumbass mugshot. Little criminal bitch. Let me see if I hear anything here.
Face was just.